We don't have a Thursday song to open up with.
I was just singing.
No, okay.
It's now Friday Eve, and your weekend plan should be 90% complete. Maybe a couple missing elements here or there. I don't know. Maybe you haven't decided on what kind of sunscreen you're going to wear over the weekend. There's going to be plenty of sun.
I
Or
need to
perhaps
get
whether a white bikini is better this early in the season. Just make sure you get everything packed tonight.
Why?
Tonight's Thursday. So you won't have to think tomorrow as you head for the nearest beach or wherever you're going or whatever you're going to be doing. You don't want to have to, oh my God, did I get, I should have thought about this yesterday.
Well, for those of you that think you want to go play in that cold water this weekend, there are rip currents.
You don't have to get in the water unless you want to attract a lot of attention. I don't recommend beaches in Hawaii right now.
No.
Some heavy rains in recent weeks there has sent a lot of that brown water runoff down into their surf. That blue, crystal clear blue water now is, looks like there've been a lot of people with a bad disease in it. Not only is it ugly and it stinks, it can be hazardous to your health. If that's not enough, the dirty water is rich in nutrients. That attracts small fish. Small fish attract predators, better known by their generic name, jaws.
Dum dum. Dum dum.
So you had a Thursday song
Dum dum.
built in, right? Okay, that's all of the cheerful news for today. I'm Rayford Brown. And this, my friends and relatives, is Live and Local Real Talk, where we're anxiously awaiting to hear what you have to say about anything this morning that's on your mind.
Right. And good morning. It's Thursday. It's Friday Eve.
Yes.
And I'm Lee Barrows.
Yeah, well, thank goodness you're there.
We're here. We're here.
We're here. Where are y'all? What are y'all doing? Okay. I just told Lee we needed to come up with something nice and controversial locally. We haven't had anything on. We have to go to California.
Every elected official's going.
Oh God, would you just shut up? Is what they're thinking. But there's stuff out there. There's stuff out there. So I just don't know exactly what it is.
It's been pretty quiet lately.
And I hate that. We got to stir it up.
We have a county commissioner meeting next Monday.
Yeah, and
it's the night one.
They got to close the session.
Oh yes. Well, that's normal.
I don't want it to be normal. There's something controversially brewing.
There's nothing you're trying to make.
If they're trying to hide something by going into a closed session, an executive session,
maybe they have a personnel issue to talk about.
A secret session. Well, they can talk about it.
See,
but if it's so worthwhile for them to talk about a problem,
you're just stirring up trouble
with an employee. Do you think there's somebody that they're having a problem with? And they need to talk about behind closed doors.
Well,
and not let the rest of us know what it is.
You wouldn't want your business out there, would you?
It doesn't matter what I want. It's public business. It's public information.
No, no.
In North Carolina, there's an open meetings law, and things that you do have got to be done in the public.
Right.
And even if you do, there are 3 things that you can go into what they call officially as an executive session. That means there's no media, and the people who are in there, who are allowed to be there, are not supposed to talk about it. They don't have to talk about it, but they can't take any action. In other words, they can't vote to, increase taxes. They better not. They can't vote to fire somebody. They can't vote to do any of that kind of, they can discuss stuff. And then when they come back into the public meeting, either the same day or another day, and then they can decide, okay, we don't like this person here because this is, and they don't have to say what have they done. All they have to do is say we're going to terminate this individual. Done. And that kind of leaves some of us hanging. But generally, who cares? There are personnel matters. Now, the other thing they can discuss, a couple of things they can, if they've got a meeting with their lawyer because they either want to sue somebody or somebody is going to sue the county or somebody in the county, that's part of the government, then they can meet with their lawyers behind closed doors to discuss strategy. Right?
Right.
Okay, that's number 2.
Right.
Number 3, we have to build basically a school every year or year and a half to keep up with the number of extra individuals coming to Onslow County. So they're always in the market for property. They can't. If you got a big population growth, for instance, in Holly Ridge, you don't want to build a school in Richlands for them. That's a long bus ride. Or in Swansboro area. So you would look for a place relatively close for transportation reasons and to keep the little kiddies from having to get up at 3:00 in the morning to get to school on time.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do that and meet and discuss whether we should buy this particular piece of property or not. You're not going to go out to see this person yourselves, the county commissioners. If they go looking, okay, there's a piece of property out here in the Holly Ridge community, somewhere out south side of Jacksonville, and that would be a great place for a school. So let's the county commission chairman, maybe the vice chairman, and one other. Let's go out there and talk to him about it.
Can't do that.
Yeah, well, you can, but it would be dumb. Why would it be dumb?
I don't know of any of them that do that. No.
They can't do it. They won't do it.
Yeah,
Why?
that's what I mean.
Because the price of that property is suddenly going to skyrocket because they're going to know the government has deep pockets and, oh God, we can jack this price up.
And that's why they don't, in an open meeting, advertise stuff like that because, you would get, if you were a huge developer and you had money in your pockets and the county, say, had already come across someone selling a piece of property, say, and they're giving the county that property at an extraordinary, at a great value, saving the county a lot of money. And then a developer finds out, and the developer comes along and says, I'll give you a quarter more than what the county is. It's a bidding war.
It might not even be a developer that wants to do it. It
Well,
could be
I'm just
somebody
using that as an example.
Might be Lee comes along and says, you know what, I could buy that property for this price, a little bit more than what the county's going to pay for it. And then what I'll do is I'll turn around and sell it back to the county because I know that they want it.
Right.
And you just made money. No,
right, exactly.
They don't want to do that. That's just not the way. I want them to protect our money.
Well, you want to get into something controversial, and you want to start some controversy here in Onslow. All right, let's talk about the tax reevaluation on property, and the possible tax increase, et cetera, et cetera. Let's talk about what Pender County did. Pender County commissioners are holding the line on a legally disputed property reevaluation freeze. They're freezing it, defying state officials who warn the move may be unlawful and could jeopardize the validity of future tax bills.
I don't know what you mean. They are freezing it. The county's freezing it.
The county's freezing it.
Freezing what?
The new property evaluations. They're not doing them. There's like, anyway.
They have to be done legally every 8 years.
Right, but they're not. During an April 13th special meeting called to address mounting concerns of the commissioner suspending the county's 2026 reevaluation, the elected board left their decision in place. Commissioners voted on April 7th to halt reevaluations over concerns with inconsistent values.
Okay. Well,
however, the North Carolina Department of Revenue deemed the action outside the county's purview. North Carolina's property tax system is governed entirely by statute. See, not your county commissioners. Statute, North Carolina statute. And there is no authority to suspend or halt a reappraisal after the January 1st effective date.
Well, there's some questions there. Has it been 8 years? They have to do one every 8 years. They do not have to do one every
Right,
4
right.
years
No,
or
I'm
2
taking
years or
it-
whatever. So I don't know what their status is.
Counties can only take actions on reevaluations explicitly allowed under the state law, and there is no statute permitting a reevaluation to be suspended once it takes effect. Remember, we were talking about Phil Berger had put out a thing that he was going to put a bill in, and it was supposed to be a short session in April. We're in April, to put a hold on the new evaluations for everybody that came out this year, so they can further investigate the appraisals
the process,
and
yeah.
the process,
Yeah,
etc.
there are issues with the process, obviously, because if it's attracting this much attention, it's not just in Onslow County. There's some property spikes, property value spikes, perhaps, whatever's going on.
Right. Well, it says additionally, North Carolina Department of Revenue officials warned if commissioners take action outside what the state law allows it could raise questions about whether resulting tax bills are legally valid. Property values help commissioners determine the tax rate every budget season. It could also expose local officials to personal liability for acting beyond their legal authority. Now, this covers every county in the state.
Sure.
Not just Pender. The department said no county in North Carolina has successfully halted a reevaluation after January 1st without legislative approval. In 2009, several counties, including Caldwell, Rockingham, and Stanley, attempted to rescind their reappraisals, but were only able to do so after the General Assembly passed special.
And that's what,
Pender County's bucking it. They're like,
and that's what is pending now.
Yes.
Was it the Senate? I think.
Well,
I think
yes.
the Senate was going to discuss
It
it
says
first.
to that effect,
Whatever.
Senate leader Phil Berger has indicated plans to file legislation during the upcoming short session to pause property
right.
reevaluation statewide for 12 months. This delay would allow a legislative study committee to examine broader property tax issues, including potential reforms to the state's appraisal process and tax powers of municipalities.
I think that's probably a good idea.
Yes. Well, Pender's just going ahead and they're just like, they're starting the train. They're the lead car.
Somebody, I mean, otherwise it's never going to go anywhere if
That's
you don't
right.
get it in front of a judge. And a judge can make that decision over the legislature.
Yeah, the county manager for Pender County said that the suspension was complex and required additional review.
That's a good word to be using. It's complex.
Yes,
So,
yes.
whatever.
But kudos to the Pender County commissioners.
Yeah,
I don't know how far they're going to get with it,
Wow.
but I say kudos to them.
Good job. Good job.
There you
And
go.
I
So
think-
you want to start something
and I
controversial? There
think-
you
and I
go.
think our Onslow County commissioners ought to join them in their efforts.
They'll be like,
Nah,
Well, I'm sure that they, I would like to know what the representative Carson Smith has to say, who's also our representative in a little teeny portion of Onslow County.
portion of it.
Yes, but I would
Sliver,
like to
they
know.
call it.
Yeah. And Senator Brent Jackson also, I'd like to know what he's got to say.
We, every time we have a school shooting or something like that here in the United States of America, you know what you read? Why doesn't this happen in other countries, just here in the United States? And it's bad. Why is we got so many guns and so many people with guns, and if we didn't have all of that, none of this would happen. A 14-year-old boy is dead.
What?
Why? Killed 9 people, wounded 13 more at a Turkish middle school yesterday. That wasn't the first time that's happened recently. The boy carried out the violent attack, the second of its kind in as many days in Turkey. He got the guns from his daddy. Well, he stole them from his daddy, apparently. His daddy's a former cop.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. So he took daddy. He's 14 years old. He went to school with the guns that belonged to his daddy, and he carried them in his backpack.
Oh, no.
He walked into 2 classrooms and just opened fire randomly. A lot of people were hurt. 13 were hurt, wounded. 9 were killed.
Chris Marks on the phone.
Um,
Well, I'm sorry.
it-
No, I think that's Royce.
it's
Let's
not
see.
just the United States. Who did you
Yes.
say? Did you say this
Wait
is?
a minute. I'm not.
Well, we'll find out who it is. Good morning. You're live and local.
I don't know.
Yeah,
who
it is
this
Chris.
or what this show is, but I found it on Facebook and thought, wow, this is a very interesting show.
You found this show on Facebook, boy. You're living a miserable life this morning. If you're getting up this time of morning and just searching Facebook for something to listen to watch, you know what I mean, huh, boy?
Yeah, one
It's
I
Chris.
heard about controversies and stuff. I'm like, I can give you plenty if you want to talk about city, county, state, national.
All of the above.
All the,
We're right for
all
the
of
picking,
it.
aren't we?
96.
yeah, I tell you, let's just start with Gum Branch Road. And
Why? Why don't we just block it off and make a dirt road out of it?
well,
Oh, I want to hear what you've got to say because, in my opinion, it's the people driving on the road.
Well, if you didn't have the road there, we wouldn't have a problem with that.
that's an excellent point. Both points. I remember when it was always just 2 lanes. That's how far back I go.
I used to deliver mail on it when it was 2 lanes little.
Well, Lee, you're right. The drivers, if people would maintain the speed limit.
May I say something to that, Chris? Interrupt you for
Stay
just a
in the
minute.
rain.
The last week, once again, been traveling, and I'm using Gum Branch Road to go out of town. What a difference with it being dropped down to 45 all the way to Richlands. I have found, knock on wood, because I got to go today. I have found the traffic to be calmer. I'm like, hey, okay.
That part of it is, and I've never really had a problem with that area. It's when you go from Western and Gum Branch to Summersill Road.
Yes,
Now
I was going to say Summersill.
That's one is putting your life in other people's hands.
Yeah.
You can drive extremely well, but it's the people around you. And my own personal opinion right now is they made a mistake putting this new light at the intersection. Well, I call it new intersection, but the new lights at the entrance to the
Vineyard. Yeah, I saw that.
And the shopping center. So you have less than probably 0.2 of a mile, maybe, Lee.
It's not that far, but on the good side of that, it helps keep the traffic slowed down.
Well, it does, except now what you have is at rush hour time, you have Summersill School Road where it goes from 4 lanes to 2 lanes.
Right.
And so now you're going to have this traffic backed up at those lights, and then you get to the Summersill School Road light, and you have a light right there. I think that the distance that they put that extra light in there is going to cause a major problem in rush hour, in afternoon rush hour traffic.
Well, now I some days I'll choose to go 258 to go out of town. And that's at the same time that I would be going Gum Branch. But the last time I went 258, it was bumper to bumper all the way to Airport Road. And people were weaving in and out. And that's 5 lanes out there. And people are crazy.
Well, it's the time.
It's that time of the day. You're correct.
Well, that and, in some of the larger cities and their areas, Raleigh, Durham area, some of those others, where they do the road work at nighttime, they're doing it during the daytime here, especially during morning and afternoon rush hour traffic. I understand it's the cost because they pay more for them to work at nighttime, but I think if they were doing that would help with some of the traffic issue. But as these new developments keep coming up, and I heard from a very good source that at the intersection of Rhodestown and Gum Branch, where Howard Farms is for sale.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Potential buyer, and that potential buyer is Walmart.
Walmart.
We need another one.
Why would
Walmart.
Why would they for potentially putting a Walmart there?
Well,
Mini Walmart. As they do
Probably
on,
maybe a grocery store, Walmart, neighborhood grocery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
And needless to say, that area cannot. That with the stateside school and a housing development there, that's just not going to. I don't think be a good idea if it comes to fruition. But
well, you do have a light there. Right there. You're talking across from Stateside, across from the Circle K. Yeah. You do have a light there, so it is regulated by traffic control. And probably the people that would be using that Walmart are the people that live in that area that are going to be on the roads anyway. So I don't know. You can look at it two ways. I couldn't tell you, Chris.
Yeah, I'm just
right.
Rayford wanted some controversy.
You did good.
I'm
Bring
just
it
thinking
in.
about it but if they got a big chunk of property and they started out with a mini Walmart,
it's going to add.
What do you think? Maybe they will be closing another Walmart at another location that might not be doing as well. I'm just throwing some stuff out there to see what happens.
I'm not sure.
I know, yeah.
The only other small one they have is at Carolina Forest.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I use that quite
now,
often.
Is this going to result in some other local small time mom and pop retail outlets having to close down because they're trying to compete with the major giant Walmart?
No, I mean, it would be convenient.
There's nothing out there.
Sure, but I think, in that area, there's only the local Wismart. Excuse me.
The Circle K, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't think.
Well, they bring gas in there, and it'll be cheaper than the going to the other places, and and they got chicken, and we got the Wismart out there, and they got some great chicken and ribs and stuff.
Good gas station food.
What's going to happen with them? If do you think Walmart would run them out of business?
I don't think so, because right now there's a gas station on every corner, directly across from each other.
So we'd run all of them out of business, and just everybody would go to Walmart because they would sell their gas cheaper, and that would be a leader item.
If I needed something quick, I'm going to run into Circle K before I go park and go into Walmart grocery store.
Really?
Yes.
Not if you could save money.
Well, what am I going to, if I'm going there buying a small item, what am I going to save? Maybe 10 cents? No, it's worth it just to run into Circle K and get what I need, like a drink or something. Yeah. Then have to go to the Walmart part, go in through the store. Right, Chris?
Well, I agree. You two know when I'm in the studio, I carry my own stuff.
So, do you think maybe the county commissioners should get involved in this and say, hey, they're going to buy this property up, but they're probably going to want to rezone it, and so why don't we just go ahead and tell them right now that we're not going to rezone that property for commercial use?
Do that.
Yes, you
no, you can't.
There actually was. A little farther down past the Wismart, going towards Rock Creek's entrance, where that property was, the owners had asked for it to be rezoned, and the residents of Rock Creek did not like it.
Well, that was a huge thing they were putting in there, though, right?
What was interesting, the planning board approved it. The county commissioners disapproved it.
Planning board does not answer to the public and at the polls.
The planning board only gives the recommendations, but I remember that, Chris. But if I remember correctly, wasn't that some commercial property involved in all that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and they were going to build some type of storage facilities or something. Kind of went into the back of Rock Creek. I mean, I can understand. They didn't need big trucks going in and out of there. That I agree with Chris on that.
Yeah.
So you could just have them. You're okay with having the big Walmart trucks go in?
It's not,
and really impacting the other folks living in that area, right? Is that what you're saying?
They got two state roads there at that intersection, Rayford, and
And Roadstown does get a lot of 18-wheel and
yes.
18-wheelers.
Do you think maybe they should restrict that and don't allow those types of trucks to use those roads?
I never thought that 2-lane roads were built for that. I mean, that was part of the. If you go back many years ago, we're talking about Burton Park, and the reason that there was no development is there was no access from 40 to Burton Park because you only had you only had 258,
Right.
And then you had Beulahville, then you come Beulahville to Richlands to Jacksonville, but then they said they couldn't handle the 18-wheelers and things. Well, you got a 2-lane road. Roadstown Road's got 18-wheelers on it.
Roadstown Road to me, I
don't
like to travel that, especially when you get to that one curve right before you get to Howard's Farm.
Oh yeah.
All right, there you go, guys. This is your controversy. If do you think the county commissioners and or the city council, if it happens to be in the city limits, do you think they should consider restricting how people can use their property even more so than they do now? I mean, if somebody buys a piece of property and says, we'll only buy this piece of property as long as it's going to be rezoned so that we can do this or this or this or this on it. Otherwise, we don't want it. Now, what about the people who own that property? They, oh my God, I can't farm it anymore. I mean, farming, I can't afford to farm this property. You want me to pay taxes on it? And let's keep it as a farmland, and I can't farm on it, or I could sell it and and get out of debt. But y'all want to restrict it. Should they be able to do that?
You know what the whole sad thing about this is? That's another farm that is going away.
Well, is it up to the county commissioners to make that decision?
For what?
Whether they should be able to sell that property or not to be used for another purpose.
If you own that property, Rayford, and you want to sell it, you have the right to sell it. If the buyer can do whatever he wants with it,
but
you take that check and put it in the bank.
But if you, as the current owner of it,
right,
and if people want to pay you for that piece of property, but only if it will be rezoned, and then you file for it to be rezoned.
Usually this, Royce, help me. I don't think that the seller worries about the rezoning process. He just give me a check for the land. It's yours, do what you want.
But if the buyer or the potential buyer will not buy it unless it can be rezoned?
Well, I think that may be, if I'm reading through what you're saying, Rayford, I think that's so the question is, does the buyer know in advance that he can have it rezoned? So if you want to rezone from residential to commercial, or from farming, or from rural to residential.
See, that's just part of it. So then, how about the people who live around it, who have got their homes there, that do not want an industrial complex built right smack dab in the middle of or right next to where they have their homes? Then
those public hearings, that's where they need to go, and they need to fight.
The problem with that, and of course, I don't live in this city anymore, but that voluntary annexation.
That's annexation. I'm talking about rezoning. The county can rezone.
Well, that's what Chris brought up, what happened with the Rock Creek area, because they were talking about bringing some commercial stuff in there, and the people came out
they did.
and they let their voices be heard, and the county commissioners listened to them and voted against it.
So the poor guy who owns that piece of property is valueless as compared to what it would have been, right?
Tell him to put a public pool in. Who cares?
Who's going to pay for that?
I'm sorry for the person who bought it, but I'm sure that there's other things.
In other words, there's a dilemma in property rights. Who has a right to sell their property to be used for a purpose, or to convert it so they can have it and sell it for a particular purpose? Who has a right to? I own this property. Shouldn't I be able to do with it what I want?
Chris would probably agree with me. If I owned 30 acres out in the county and I wanted to unload it because property values have skyrocketed.
And the taxes are up.
And the taxes are up. But if I wanted to, I'm done with it, and somebody came along and said, I want to buy that 30 acres, and I'm willing to write you a check right now.
But
I'm going to take that check, and he can do whatever he wants.
Want to buy it if he can't get it rezoned.
But I'm saying if he's worried about all that, I'll take care of it. That's on him.
Yeah, well, that will be on him. But if he's not going to pay you the same kind of money for it, if it's not going to be rezoned, because he doesn't need it. He doesn't want to put a park there. He wants to put an industrial complex there.
Go for it, man.
So
I got my check.
These are the issues. So
my check.
Thanks,
Right.
Chris.
Thank you, Chris. You brought us some good stuff, Chris.
Royce is probably sending messages. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah.
We're gonna reevaluate your property only this time around.
Oh, wait a minute. I have a message. Let me see.
Well, mine did. Mine went up like everybody's, but we'll wait and we'll wait and see what happens.
I think I'm moving to Pender County. I'm moving to Pender.
I know we got to do some weather.
We're not in a hurry.
Okay. I did think, talking about the closed sessions and things.
Right.
I don't know, Lee, you know the laws of these better, but I know that the county commissioners recently gave a raise to the interim county manager. And
Yeah, they did that publicly.
Yep. Well, they discussed it privately.
But they voted on it publicly.
Yeah, but I know there's a lot of things they do in private, in closed sessions. City council does things in closed sessions,
Right.
and
They all do.
it's probably some of that stuff I don't think is probably worth even going and listening to what they're talking about. More than likely, it's who had a better game at the bowling alley.
Well, I can tell you, as a former reporter covering some of those meetings, I was so grateful when they would go into an executive session, unless I knew something controversial was happening.
Right.
I was time to get up and get out. Thank you very much.
There you go.
Yep.
So here, on a stick, I was last of the box. I was going, yesterday was tax day. Everybody,
Yes.
I think there's an extension still. Do we still do the extension? You got past the 15th.
You had to file for it yesterday.
But you got to file for it.
Yeah.
You got to have a reason for it.
And then it gives you till October 15th.
October, August, sometime or another.
And then they start charging you interest.
Yeah.
Right.
If you owe money.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what's interesting is, and I know North Carolina doesn't have a passed budget yet, but when they owe people money,
they don't pay me interest on the money they owe me.
Yeah, right.
And you don't get it by April 15th.
No.
I will tell you that yesterday, I usually do my taxes. I have them done by January 31st. I'm like first in.
Brat.
This year, I kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. And guess who did their taxes yesterday?
Uh-oh.
But then I realized I was missing a form.
There's the problem.
And I'm like, well, let me just call Blue Cross Blue Shield for the form. They said, no, you have to call OPM. And I'm like, so I go to OPM and they go, no, you go to your healthcare provider. Anyway, I did research after research. We're not required to have those forms anymore. They're what they call it 1095B. They have to do with your health insurance showing that you have health coverage. They quit that. You don't have to do that anymore. And I didn't realize, so I wasted a half a day on something I didn't even need.
You could have called Drew.
No, it's fine. But look, it took me less than 15 minutes to do my taxes because I use a tax program, punch everything in, boom, away it goes.
I use a tax program too.
Yes.
I send it to Drew.
Yes. But, yeah, all these free tax programs, they're not free. Nothing's free.
Mm-hmm.
But I won't ever do that again. I always, January 31st, boom, I had mine in. But I procrastinated this year. Why? Why did I I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow.
Good for you.
Yeah. And I'm getting money back. Now I'm going to tell you, when Biden was president, I ended up paying. Never paid in my entire life because
Pay extra.
Well, I pay extra, right? I never had to send in a check with my tax returns. Never, ever, ever.
I have not ever
And then
had a problem.
they changed the tax laws when he was president, and I was having to pay an extra $100 a year. And why? Because I have extra taken out of my check just in case. Last year and this year, getting money.
Would you like to know why?
Why is that?
The difference in first ladies.
What has that got to do with? Explain yourself.
Melania doesn't travel out. She's very seldom, unless she's doing inside country for children's education and things like that. She doesn't take these trips.
And with all of her friends and her kids' friends.
Yeah, she does very little travel. If you take the last two Democratic presidents, how many trips did Mrs. Obama or First Lady Obama and the children take for school lessons in other countries? And
you mean other countries like Hawaii?
Hawaii, Africa, Egypt. You know, and then Dr. Biden had to take all these trips to talk to the doctors for her husband, to make sure they all would say that he was fit for service.
Cognitive, yeah.
You're funny.
One last thing, and then I'll let somebody else start some stuff for you to keep going.
Good job.
There's people saying that Article 2, Section 4 takes care of the 25th Amendment as far as trying to get the president out of office. For those people thinking that, what they fail to realize is there's no court that has convicted President Trump of bribery, treason, or the other causes. I think, you know, the guy, again, he did it again yesterday with another AI-generated photo.
I didn't see it. What was it?
This one has Jesus putting his arm around Donald Trump.
Was he choking him?
No. Our Lord is a very good Lord.
That was bad.
Okay.
You know, he likes to stir up controversy, and you know, and when he answers, you know, they ask him questions about how do you think the thing that it's going with Iran. Well, yeah, I think it's going to be over soon. Soon, soon, maybe not. I don't know. Doesn't matter. We've beaten them. And
because
I'm scared.
Listen, Iran, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to Iran all over you. Y'all better be careful out there. We got stuff out here. We can blow you to smithereens.
Well, Chris, did you see the other news? It says that President Trump and the Pentagon are ramping up planning for potential operations in Cuba. Let's add Cuba to the list now.
They don't. I mean, you don't have to worry about Cuba anymore.
I'm just like, can we just all?
They can't get any Russian assistance. They can't get any Venezuelan assistance. I mean, you know, they're as long as they just keep repairing those 1957 cars that we keep selling them, everything's fine.
Can we just all take a break and go to lunch together?
Oh my gosh. You know, really, I would love to have about 4 of those guys that work on the streets there, the shade tree mechanics in Cuba. Mm-hmm. Holy moly, they could keep cars running forever. Detroit would have them murdered. Okay, that's enough. Thank you.
On that note, y'all have a great day.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Bye.
There you go. We started some controversy.
Chris Marks, our colleague,
yes,
partner in arms.
Yes, we'll be glad when he gets back in the seat.
He'll be here soon.
Yes, he will be.
He'll be coming.
He'll be coming.
You know, I need to get a little session. I've cleared off the futon. I need to get Kelly in here.
Oh,
so I
he
can
did
lie
again.
down.
Yes.
So I can just lie down and let her evaluate me.
Session is the problem.
Well, we start on Friday.
That it would take sessions
through Monday. The marine forecast going out just a bit on a limb here, looking pretty decent through at least Sunday. Mm-hmm. That said, for anything more than 2 days out, anytime, anywhere, it doesn't matter. Anybody who tells you more than 2 days out what it's actually going to be, that's a pipe dream. They don't know for sure. There's an increasing chance of change anytime. That's your clue to check weather conditions the night before you're going to do anything that depends on great weather. Okay. Today, offshore out to 20 nautical miles, southwesterly winds 10 to 15 knots, increasing to 15 to 20 this afternoon. Seas 3 to 4 feet, 5-second intervals. That means 5 seconds apart. That's where the big waves will be. Sounds and rivers of moderate chop becoming choppy this afternoon. Friday, tomorrow, Southwesterly winds 15 to 20, seas 3 to 5, sounds and rivers choppy. Saturday, southwesterly winds 10 to 15, coming down just
Southwest.
a bit. 2 to 3 footers when the winds are from the west.
Fishing is best.
The fishing is best.
Today, sunny with a high near 88, southwest wind 7 to 11 miles per hour with gusts as high as 18. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 66. Friday, sunny with a high near 90. Saturday, sunny with a high near 91. Sunday, a chance, 40% right now.
Yeah.
Right now. Of showers after 2 p.m., partly sunny with a high near 84, and then Sunday night a chance of showers. But right now, drought conditions and elevated fire concerns persist through the end of this week. So we need meaningful rain in order to cease the ban on burning. Do not burn.
We
Fire ban.
need a
Burn ban.
slow saturation rain.
For a
It
couple
will take,
days.
what did I hear the other day? 6 inches of rain. That's
Yeah.
a lot of rain. And if it all comes at one time, it's going to run off like it did in Hawaii and run into our
Right.
oceans and our rivers and stuff like that.
And we
So
also have
we
a
don't
risk of
need
rip
that.
currents this weekend at our beaches. So
that's-
be
that's-
careful.
Yeah, we got all that. We're just dealing out there.
Got it all.
Looking at some of our friends in the area and an expanding area. Our amateur radio group here, Randy this morning on his golf cart, he and Boomer riding around on the golf cart. It was 63 degrees in the southwest community where he lives, 97% humidity. It's thick out there, y'all. 30.09 inches of mercury. It's clear, calm, no wind anywhere, no rain anywhere, mostly in the area, immediate area. We've got a friend of ours, Lee, not you, you're a friend too, but we got Lee, another amateur radio guy. He's going up to West Virginia, West by God, Virginia. He's on a trail up there, Mataka, West Virginia, I think is the way that they were pronouncing it. This morning he checked in. It was 64 degrees up there in the hills of West by God, Virginia, 46% humidity. That's low. Winds were west out of at 10 miles an hour there, clear, beautiful weather, beautiful weather. Carol, who's going to be joining us in about 20 minutes. She's a master gardener, but also a ham radio operator. She and her husband both, but she's a master gardener. So she's going to be in here talking about, we need some rain, folks. We need some rain. And that's one of the things that I'm sure she'll talk about. As we're talking really about a week from Saturday, a huge, major, big deal. And here in Onslow County, y'all get your plants. You need your plants. You already bought some, and they're not doing well. It happens. Now's your chance to get some stuff that's produced from seed in local soil. Okay, it's locally produced, basically plants. It's going to be a big sale. We'll talk about that when she gets in here this morning. Well, Carol, though, was 62 degrees at their house up on River Bend, 98% humidity. And, of course, no wind, no rain. Joe down in Swansboro area, 65 degrees this morning. It was 97% humidity, 30.07 inches of mercury. Northwesterly winds at about 4. James, over in Bladen County, 61 degrees, calm, no wind, no rain, and clear. Joe also, when he leaves Swansboro in the mornings, if the weather is right, he goes over to Emerald Isle. And so he and his wife, they walk on the beach. They get their exercise every morning. I mean, we're talking about they watch the sun come up. It was 66 degrees there on Emerald Isle. Ward over in Cedar Point, not far away, just barely into Carteret County, 97% humidity. He said it was very thick there, 30.14 inches of mercury, and it was falling. Winds out of the southwest at 10. Ken in Onslow Bay, down here off of Rocky Run Road, 65.3 degrees, 89% humidity. He said he was already out this morning with a flashlight, watering his grass and making sure the new seeds that he planted new grass seeds, that because he's new to the area, that they will go ahead and germinate and start growing. Had a light wind running about 2 to 3 miles an hour. It was variable. Bill in Catherine's Lake, he said the lake was not frozen over this morning and there was no snow in the area. A light wind, 65 degrees. John, who lives not too far from us right here down on Piney Green, not too far from Highway 24, 56 degrees and sunny. Lee, our very wonderful Lee, right here to my immediate left, lives over in the Woodlands. Now, that's over there off Gum Branch Road.
AKA Northwoods.
There you go. 62 degrees, 91% humidity, 30.07 inches of mercury, and the barometric pressure was, and no wind, no rain. Here at the studio, 66 degrees, 96% humidity. It is also very thick here, and 29.86 inches of mercury, and nothing in the rain gauge. And the winds are pretty light right now. They're running 4 miles an hour out of the southwest.
And we have our favorite sports editor calling in.
And we got sports. Want to take a wild guess? Papa Top?
You just need to give that up.
Yeah, I know. You want to take a guess what the temperature is this morning? And where was this? He called it Cross Creek, New Brunswick. That's up there in Canada.
30 degrees.
Chris, what do you think?
We'll go 25.
36 degrees there. Chilly. Now, this is April, middle part of April, 29.85 inches of mercury. But he said it was clear, calm, and, it's got to be beautiful up there with temperature like that. And humidity was kind of low. One of the guys that called in is from, he lives on a boat in East Greenwich, Rhode Island. 54 degrees on his sailboat this morning, tied up at the docks.
Wow.
Westerly wind, 5 miles an hour. Yesterday it was 84 degrees there. The low was 53 degrees. This morning it was 54. So we got temperatures all over the place out there.
Yes, we do.
But it's getting warmer and getting nicer weather-wise. How about there on the gridiron? Nobody's out there, right?
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, I'm sure the football guys who are not playing other sports are obviously in the weight room. And,
yeah, that's different.
Getting prepared. I mean, they're doing some stuff. They're not just sitting at home and eating snacks all day. They're they're staying in shape and lifting weights and doing what they need to do. But a lot of your athletes, a lot of your football coaches help with the track and field teams because they want their athletes.
Chris,
they want them to be fast.
Rayford's sitting here eating.
When you said they're not sitting there doing this, you can't see me because
he's eating snacks right now.
I got a cracker. It's a cracker. It's called a square meal or an MRE on the boat.
No, you don't eat crackers, Rayford. We all know that you have a sweet tooth for cookies.
Cookies.
I like chocolate chip cookies. These are crackers. They're salty.
You kind of look like a Cookie Monster with that blue shirt you're wearing.
It's not blue. It's turquoise.
Oh, excuse me. But nonetheless, we all know how big of a Cookie Monster you are.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, let me ask you. Let's get back into sports. You said the girls' soccer team has 8 clean sheets. What does that mean?
What?
A clean sheet in soccer is a shutout.
Oh.
It's a term. I mean, they use it a lot in international soccer. So a clean sheet in soccer is a shutout. So when the other team didn't score on you and you win 1-0, 2-0, whatever. If you shut the other team out in soccer, it's called a clean sheet. So
I see. I learned something.
In soccer, especially different parts of the world, they use different terminology and they kind of make it kind of use fancy terms to describe what's going on the field. We call it a soccer field here, but they call it a soccer pitch. In different parts of the world. So of course everybody knows that outside this country they call it football. We call it soccer here, but they call it football around the world. So it's just different terminologies.
Well, and let's talk about that for just a half a second or so, since we want to bring up controversy. Soccer, you kick the ball most of the time, right? In football, you don't kick it most of the time. You throw it or you run it. So I think we got those things kind of messed up.
Well,
we seriously we do not kick that ball very much. If we're kicking it, we've either done fine. We've scored and we have to kick off, but we don't go out and kick the ball a lot. If you got a good team, we don't.
No, and the reason why they call it football is because it derives from soccer and rugby. Rugby is actually derived from soccer, so it's just kind of one sport created another sport, So but it all started with soccer, and then just different rules, and and then all these years later, American football is the most popular sport in our country.
Yes,
but
it is.
Soccer is still the most popular, around the world.
International, yeah. Now, which is the most violent?
The most violent. Ooh,
yeah.
Well, obviously, American football is more violent.
Really?
It's not organized brutality, as certain people want to call it.
I knew that was.
It's just I had to throw that out there. But soccer does have injuries. Soccer. Guys blow their knees out. Guys get concussions, or guys and girls. Obviously, players get banged up. Pretty good. There's been some pretty serious injuries, and soccer is
There've been a lot of deaths in soccer. A lot of people have
Yeah,
died in
well,
soccer, but they were in the stands because they had too many people in the stands and they collapsed.
Yeah.
Internationally.
Soccer is
What?
Soccer is a gentleman's game played by hooligans, and rugby
It's just a bunch of hooligans.
Rugby is a hooligans game played by gentlemen.
Yeah.
There's an old saying, but yeah, that's the old saying. You would think rugby is a bunch of hooligans, and it is a pretty violent sport, but they seem to be all gentlemen. But soccer is a gentleman's sport, but played by hooligans.
Well, something happened in Wilmington then, because I've seen some of the rugby guys in Wilmington playing in the years past. No, there was nothing gentlemanly about it. There was all hooligans on. It was a hooligan game played by roughnecks.
Yeah, I never really gotten into rugby. There's different rules and different and there's different rules for different.
They got rules
teams that you play in. Yeah, but I never really got into rugby. So, American football, soccer, basketball, baseball. That's that's what I'm into. So we'll see how our local teams continue to do going forward in the spring season.
Well, we got less than 2 weeks right now for a local team.
May, June.
Yeah,
Ospreys.
we have
That's
we have a
right.
couple more weeks in the regular season,
That's right.
and then
May
May
30th.
will be the playoffs, and then May will be the playoffs. Hopefully that will extend into the later part of May, and then before you know it, it'll be the 1st of June, and we'll be 2 months away from the start of the fall season.
And on
Yay.
the 30th of May, 30th of May, right?
Right.
That's only 6 weeks away,
That's right.
right?
That's for season
And
opener. with
then the bats
Ospreys.
are going to come out.
Yes.
Not those with wings.
Yeah, the Ospreys. Yeah.
Yep, the Ospreys, and
Well, I guess they all do
I
have
just
wings.
encourage people to come out, and I encourage people to come out and support this team, and we need to continue to support this team and
Yes.
get people, and let them know that we support them, and I think they'll have another great season this year.
I think so, too.
I'm counting on it. He got the local coach here, football, baseball coach from the Jacksonville High Cardinals. He's coaching these guys, and they're college kids, young people,
Mm-hmm.
young men. They're college guys, and they enjoy coming here. From everything that I've seen,
That makes me think, Chris, have you ever known a female to be on one of these teams? Like a collegiate team?
Not a female playing. I've never heard of a female playing on the summer collegiate baseball team,
Right.
but they do have summer collegiate softball teams around the country where the softball players, college softball players, are able to compete during the summertime. So
That's pretty cool.
I haven't heard any here, in our state, but they do have them across the country. So
Right.
those players are getting that opportunity as well.
well, those softballs are a lot easier to hit. They're that much bigger, right?
Well, actually, it's easier said than done because baseball, you're used to the pitcher throwing from top to bottom,
Oh,
and the
right.
ball kind of going down. In softball, the fact that she's throwing underhand, they have what they call a rise ball. So it's it may seem easier, but actually it's just as difficult. It's just as difficult. So I wouldn't want to stand in the batter's box with a really good pitcher that can they can zoom it past me. I think I would look already as I would look very, very bad in that batter.
Yeah, I mean, I have looked very bad doing that, and I used to even play a little bit. But the one of the coolest things is the fast pitch and then the slow pitch softball. I mean, the thing that kind of creeps across the plate, like a train. But and then I don't know how they do it. Somehow that ball can speed up and slow down on its way there. I really think it can. He's got a mind of his own or a computer chip in it somewhere. But those guys are good that can do those kinds of things. They can make the softballs really sing and do what they want them to do. They're good. It's a good demonstration if you ever get a chance to see them.
Yeah, well, I know the adult leagues that we have here is slow pitch softball, and but those a lot of those players have been doing it for many years, and they know they have a couple tricks up their sleeve. They know how to slow pitch it, but they know how to manipulate the ball.
That's it. Manipulate is right.
Well, Chris, who are standouts right now, high school baseball?
I mean, you have quite a few. I mean, you have Vasco Sutton from Jacksonville that's doing pretty well, and the Cardinals are in a little bit of a tough stretch right now, but they're doing well. They get a big game tonight against New Bern at home, so they'll play around 7:00. So if you guys want to come out and support the Cardinals, and I'm sure they'll love to have you guys out there. So he's doing well, and then you have a young man named Cannon Huffman from Southwest that's doing well. So those are the two that kind of stand out, local baseball. But we have quite a few different players that are doing pretty well this year.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Very good.
That's good. And maybe one day we'll see one of those players on the Ospreys team if they're in college.
That would be something.
That would be cool. That would be fun.
That would be cool.
Yeah, well, I think we do have going into the season. I think we do have a small handful of local players that are they're going to be playing for the Ospreys.
Oh, really?
And they do that on purpose to try, obviously to try to bring in just let people know, hey, this kid's from Jacksonville, or this kid's from Swansboro, or this kid's from
That would be wonderful.
North Side. Yeah, they do that just to they still have a local touch for it, touch with it. But a lot of these players are coming in from different parts of the country.
Yeah.
So in the eastern part, Midwest part of the country. So, but they do want to bring in a couple of local guys just to add a local touch to it.
Do we have any from Brazil?
I was just going to ask who's the furthest away.
I'm not familiar if we have anybody from Brazil, but I know the Ospreys have brought in players from different, from Japan,
right.
and those, and that is pretty neat when you bring in ball players from different parts of different countries.
That's
just the interaction
that makes us international.
Didn't they have?
Oh yeah, and it really is.
Cool.
Different ball players learn about different cultures and learn about just different beliefs. So it is pretty neat to see ball players from all walks of life come together.
Yeah.
Didn't they have two from Japan last year? As I remember, I can't. It seemed like do you know how many they had?
I believe they did. Yeah, I know the first 2 years they've had at least one from Japan. But yeah, you're right. They might have had a couple more last year.
Right.
That's good. Chris, we do appreciate it, sir, as always.
Thank you, as always.
All right. Thank you, my friends.
Right.
Keep up the good work, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right. You take care. Be safe.
We'll be following you.
Right. Minnesota. At least it has a big mall and a lot of lakes, right?
Why do you want to ruin the
Too bad the state's Chamber of Commerce can't seem to catch a break. Heavy winter snowfalls, big mosquitoes in the spring and the summer, state-sponsored Medicaid fraud. Now they have to deal with a non-U.S. citizen resident of Minnesota admitting that he was able to register to vote in 2023, then voted in the 2024 elections. How about that one? That just really sucks. 39-year-old forgive me while I totally butcher his name, Mukashukabar, yes, that's it, Sambahai Shaderi, and I won't do that again, has been indicted for perjury and illegally voting. Initially, he told investigators that he did not vote. He lied, later admitting that he lied and that he just made a mistake. Authorities say the man, in fact, did vote, did lie about it, and did register to vote in 2023. During the investigation, to his credit, he acknowledged that he's not a U.S. citizen. Like that was a surprise. The great state of Minnesota sent him a voter registration notice. This great state of Minnesota sent him a voter registration notice after this illegal citizen applied for and received a Minnesota driver's license. I'm just trying to wrap my head around it. What, if any, level of government in Minnesota is abiding by the laws of these United States? Is any branch of government there?
It's Minnesota.
It's well, yeah.
It's a wasted state.
That's just like you say.
It's a state full of fraud.
That's just like you say. It's Biden. That's just an excuse.
It's,
Is the state government guilty of aiding and abetting fraud, conspiring to engage in illegal voting practices?
yes.
Should the entire government be shut down? A temporary government appointed to work on getting the state back into compliance? We should not blame this man. We should not blame this man. He learned of the issues from his attorney when they were applying for a green card that would have allowed him to work in the United States. That's when they discovered the problem.
Do this same attorney have a nonprofit for child care?
Of course, Minnesota Secretary of State says that ineligible voting cases are extremely rare.
Oh, yeah.
Likely, that's true. Why? But it's because no one knows how many other times this has occurred. They don't know about it. It's rare.
Thank you.
Is it true that this man is the first one to get caught? Maybe others have been.
Yes.
Maybe they've ignored him. With everything else that's been going on with fraud in the state, perhaps the voters should take a step back and see why the state of Minnesota, or the state of a lot of lakes, or is it the state of mistakes, is in the spotlight. The problem is that this poor dude could suffer. Penalties for voting while ineligible may include deportation, a permanent ban on future citizenship, a fine of up to $10,000, and up to 5 years in the hoosegow. Sounds to me like a lot of other very fine, upstanding legal folks should be doing his time and paying his fines. It's not all his fault.
No.
He came here and he applied for a Visa card, and in the process, he found out that he had been given a driver's license, had been given registration to vote,
right,
filled it out.
Right.
I mean, if you went to another country doing the same thing and they sent you all this stuff and you filled it out, and you would find out that suddenly you just committed all sorts of crimes.
The system is broken and somebody dropped the ball on
the system's
all of that.
not broken. The people dropped the ball.
Well, yeah,
It's
that's part of the system, Rayford. Part of the system.
That's the people that are broken. Now we're going to talk about good stuff.
Oh my goodness, let's do.
We're going to go to a grow factory.
We're going to go digging in the dirt. Let's dig in the dirt. I know.
I think I got my fingernails clean.
Scrub and
For the last week, that's all I've done is dig.
Are you like me? I detest wearing gloves.
Oh, I can't wear gloves.
I get
I don't know.
hot.
Well, first of all, you're going to get dirt inside the gloves, and that's just going to make things
Not
worse.
if you have the plastic coated, but they're so hot and they're so tight.
Sweaty.
Well, it depends on what you're doing. Like yesterday, I was pulling out poison ivy, so I wore gloves.
That is a good reason to wear gloves.
I would just get Dale to do it for you.
I have a hazmat suit. I'd be out there in.
Well, luckily, poison ivy doesn't affect me.
Right.
Yes,
I'm myself.
Which is why
lucky ones,
I was pulling it out,
Yeah.
not some of the other
You're
master
the designated PI, right? Poison ivy lady.
It's never bothered me either. So
Carrolltown is, well, I knew her first as a ham. She's a ham radio operator and a member of the Onslow Amateur Radio Club, and more than just a member, she's one of the big wigs in here of the club. So, but she's also got a title. It's called Master Gardener. Master Gardener.
Well, it's the Extension Master Gardener, the Onslow County Extension Master Gardeners. I happen to be the president of the association,
Mm-hmm.
but our big fundraiser, our annual fundraiser is coming up a week from Saturday.
Yeah.
So on the
25th.
25th, starting at 8 a.m., we are going to be
8:15.
having 8 a.m.
I'm gonna be there before 8, but it starts at 8:15 for the rest of y'all.
Quit talking.
Just kidding. At 8 o'clock on Saturday morning.
On
A
Saturday
week-
morning.
Not this weekend, the following
The
weekend.
following weekend. And we're hoping, and it looked like they were making progress towards it, we're hoping that the construction fence will be out of the parking lot.
Now, last
I
year,
hope so, too.
you had
Last
such an
year, it
event.
was-
You had an event last year,
Mhm.
and have they got the traffic jam straightened out yet from last year?
I don't know. We had to call in the sheriff to help direct traffic because it was so crowded. In between our event and the farmers market, it was
my.
a mess.
Yeah.
But we still, had so many people show up, and we were so grateful that they were patient and fought the traffic and came in.
Now, one of the things that a lot of people, normal people, they may come here from other places or whatever, they're normal, but they see plants offered for sale here, plants offered for sales there, the dime store over here, the store down the street, whatever's. Those plants are not necessarily accustomed to our soil or our conditions, are they?
Right. With the plants that we are getting, the vendor that we have, so those plants are grown here in North Carolina, not far from here. They're grown just outside of Burgaw.
Yes.
So
Good ground up there too.
yeah, and he is the plants that we got from him last year were just amazing. They were so nice.
Mm-hmm.
So we are getting those from him again, and we're going to have two types of mint. We're going to have 3 types of thyme. We're going to have rosemary. We're going to have the prostrate, which spreads.
So you got herbs.
I can give you this list when we're done.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll be marketing. I know. I'm like, oh, I
Well,
want that.
you can post it too.
And I want that. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
but
after the sale.
but we have the prostrate rosemary grows.
The what?
It spreads. It's
Yes.
called prostrate. So it spreads. It lays more flat. And then you have the upright rosemary, which is more the bush.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The tree.
So,
Just never heard it referred that
I've
way.
had years ago, before Florence, I brought from our other house when we moved, I brought a sprig about 6 or 8 inches, just one, from basically a tree that we had over there, a
Yes.
rosemary tree.
Mhm.
And whoever bought the place cut it down to there was $1 million worth of rosemary on that tree. But anyway, I brought one over here. I just put it in the ground and it became a small tree.
Yeah.
Florence came along and destroyed it, but we've got others growing.
Yeah. So the rosemary, these are great the herbs are great for just on a deck, on a patio. You can go out, grab.
Or just go out there and rub your hands on rosemary and just go, oh, this.
Yeah. We're going to have coral honeysuckle, which is the native honeysuckle. You have the Chinese honeysuckle that everybody sees with the white flowers, and everybody goes, "Oh, isn't that pretty?" No, it's invasive.
I was going to say, because that's not good
Wait a
for
minute.
you.
Yeah,
Mark that one off the list.
the coral honeysuckle
coral is
is the
good.
native, and so we're going to be selling that. We're going to be having bronze fennel, and some good things about bronze fennel, dill, and parsley is those are also the plants that the black swallowtail caterpillar lays their eggs on, and those caterpillars eat those. You can get a butterfly house, put the
Yes, I have
caterpillars
some of those
once
now.
they get big enough into the butterfly house and watch them go through the whole cycle. So it's really nice to have. I tell people, if you want to use this for cooking, have 2 plants. Have one for the butterflies and one for yourself. We're going to have basil. We're going to have
Basil's good.
tomatoes. We're going to have
Tomatoes are
2 types of the
necessary.
cherry tomatoes. We're going to have the sun gold, those small gold ones. We're going to have the sweet 100s. We're going to have 3 of the large tomatoes, 2 types of
Tomato
cucumbers,
sandwich, maters.
Tomato
Yes.
sandwich.
zucchini, squash, eggplant. We're going to have 2 types of eggplant. We're going to have the Oriental
Oh.
Express, which is the bigger one, and then we're going to have the Patio Baby, which is a smaller
Is that-
eggplant.
Oh,
Okay.
we should try
I
that.
found I had some eggplants one year that looked like
Yeah.
they were long and cucumberish looking, or they were weird,
Yeah, there's different types.
and they were a little bit bitter.
Yeah, but we're going to have lemongrass. We're going to have catnip. A lot of people have been asking for
lemongrass. I need more
asking for
lemongrass.
catnip. We're going to have phenomenal lavender, which is beautiful
I
and
love
smells. It's good for mosquito control.
Yes.
Really?
As is
So is
lemongrass.
lemongrass.
As is lemongrass. We're going to have jalapeno peppers, bell peppers, pepperoncini, cayenne. And then on top of that, we're also going to have some mixed plant hanging baskets for sale.
Mixed plant hanging baskets.
Hanging baskets.
Now,
Flowers.
What kind
Flowers.
It's okay. Those are flowers.
Those are flowers.
You don't have any squash going
No.
on.
No.
You should get some for Robbie.
But then we're also going to have native plants that were either propagated from the Discovery Gardens or they were grown by the other Extension Master Gardeners at home.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have bee balm, which is a great pollinator plant. I mean, a lot of these are good pollinators. We're going to have purple coneflowers, yarrow, swamp sunflowers, which don't get real big, muley grass. You
What?
see muley grass. You see it all over Jacksonville. It's the grass that they have in the dividers. That in the fall it shoots up these beautiful, like reddish purple fringe flowers.
Okay.
It's a type of ornamental grass, but it is beautiful. It's native to here. It's much better than pampas grass. If you have
Pampas grass is like, oh my.
if you
That's
have
the
pampas
short.
grass,
Phew.
tear it out, get muley grass, put it in.
What's the name of that?
Muley grass.
Muley.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's a reason that it's called muley grass.
I'm sure there is too. We're going to have elderberry trees.
Mhm.
We're going to have winterberry hollies that are native to the area. Buckeyes, the red buckeye.
Ohio people, right?
We're going to have sage. we're gonna have-
That's really good too.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're going to have anise hyssop, which is can be used for medicinal. It's also a pollinator. It's also a type of mint. It smells like mint. So
Smells like what?
it smells like mint
Oh,
because if you
okay.
rub your fingers on the leaf,
Okay.
and then we're going to have two types of milkweed. We're going to have the swamp milkweed, which is beautiful. A lot of people, we sold that on that so fast last year. And we're going to have the common milkweed. We're also going to have some butterfly weed, which is a type of milkweed. I had out in my front garden last year, and the amount of butterflies was just overwhelming. And we did have the monarchs visit. We
Oh, really?
had the caterpillars, had some of them make the chrysalis. So this is a good way of getting good native plants that are also good for the pollinators,
Yes.
which you need pollinators for your vegetable gardens. If
Yes,
you don't
you
have the
do.
pollinators, you're not going to have
any
any
veggies.
produce.
Yep.
So it's really important.
In Holly Ridge, they had something called no mow May for a period of time. Don't mow around
Right.
the gardens and stuff like because you kill the bugs that are
Turn
good,
them
and you
around.
don't want them to hang around.
Right.
Just let the grass grow for
Right.
the month of May.
Right.
It's not going to grow real tall anyway.
We have a couple other things that we're going to be talking about at the plant sale. One of the things is we're going to have a children's activity where kids can make hairy caterpillars. And it's going to be taking the leg of a pantyhose, filling it with dirt, putting in grass seed so that as the grass grows out of this little pantyhose, you have a little hairy caterpillar. So it's just kind of a fun activity for the kids.
Don't do it, Rayford. Don't do it.
We're
I
also
didn't say anything.
We're going to have information on making a mosquito dunk bucket to control the mosquitoes naturally without spraying.
Mhm.
We're going to have information on what attracts hummingbirds and how to make your own
Oh,
hummingbird food so you don't go buy
Yes.
the red stuff from the store
No,
and
don't do that.
kill the hummingbirds.
Yes. And the red dye.
It's got
Don't
dye.
put red dye.
Red dye. I mean, hummingbird food is so easy and cheap.
Just
Yeah, I
buy.
heard you talking
if
about
you
it.
want pretty, well, the hummingbirds like red. That's one thing. So buy the red hummingbird feeders.
Well, that's why most of the hummingbird feeders have got red on the base.
Right.
Because that attracts
Buy
them.
those, and that way you don't have to worry about putting a red dye hummingbird feeder that you
Yeah.
buy at the store and you kill your birds.
Yeah. We're going to be having information on the commemorative bricks that we have out the Discovery Garden. So if you want to get a brick to
That's right.
honor somebody
Bricks.
Mhm.
or in
Bricks.
memoriam, that is a good way of finding out how to do that. We're also going to have information on how to keep snakes out of your area. I mean, things you can do to not encourage snakes to come in. You know, people don't like snakes. I love snakes. I think they're
I know
wonderful.
Yes,
you
we
do.
know you do. You
We know
love
you
snakes,
do.
rats,
I'm just one of those.
foxes.
You know, but there's going to be a lot of education. There's going to be a lot of information there along with the plants, and we're going to have a lot of the extension master gardeners out there to help answer any questions that you might have and to help you pick plants for your area.
Nice.
You know, gardening, of course, for food is what I like. Robbie likes the flowers, as you probably saw if you pulled up out front there, with tons of mulch out there, and she's rebuilding a whole front area out there. It's looking good. Looking good. The rocks are heavy. What are you doing?
I went to tear a piece of paper. Nothing. I'm good. I have to.
But it's always a lot of fun to watch somebody who seems to know what they're doing. I always question it when
Yeah.
they get started, but then I see this thing developing, and I'm like, this is pretty cool.
Well, things always look worse before they look better when you're redoing stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like cleaning out a room or garage or anything. It
Yeah.
looks worse before it gets better.
Yes.
It does. That's definitely does
Yeah.
that.
But while you were bringing up about No Mow May,
Mm-hmm.
we do have a program that we talk about all the time. It's called Leave the Leaves. People are they want to
Clean
have
lawn.
their lawn pristine. They don't want to have any leaves. I've threatened Dale that if he
That's her husband.
if he disturbs the leaves back underneath the trees, that's going to threaten. I'm going to threaten to hurt him
Mhm.
because the leaves harbor the good insects. A lot of caterpillars have to worms.
Earthworms.
A lot of caterpillars have to or moths and butterflies cocoon in the leaves.
My list. I'm ready.
Lightning bugs. A lot of people say, I haven't seen lightning bugs.
There's a reason for that. You keep your place too clean.
Lightning bugs live their whole life cycle in the leaves.
Mhm.
So if you get rid of the leaves, you're not going to see lightning bugs. Turtles spend most of their
yes.
life in the leaves. Salamanders, lizards, snakes too, but it's just all the entire ecosystem that helps the area healthy.
I'm gonna throw the turtle thing in there, folks. They will get in leaves. They like to do that. Leaves are damp. They're wet. They hold the moisture. All the turtles like that kind of stuff. They do. Be careful if you decide you're going to go out there. You're going to mulch up your leaves. There can be lots of little baby turtles hung up in there.
Yes.
You got to be really careful with doing things like that, because you don't. That's an awful sound. But it's just a bad thing to be doing.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and the turtles help take care of a lot of the bugs.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's the whole, like I said, the whole ecosystem
Mm-hmm.
in one little area. So I encourage people to at least have one area where you just keep the leaves. And then every time, which may be rare this year, but every time it rains, that evening, you'll see even more lightning bugs.
Mm-hmm. We used to call doing something in a yard naturalizing it. Make it look like it's, you don't have to maintain it with mowing and doing all that sort of good stuff. You can have gardens that are year round that just stay there
Yes.
with a little maintenance, touch ups, but not like you have to mow it and mulch it and do that all the time.
Right.
It's just there. It's just natural. That's why they call it naturalized.
A lot of for naturalizing, a lot of people actually recommend that you only have a quarter of your yard be grass,
That would be great.
and the rest. He didn't hear me because otherwise
Yes,
he would.
he's ignoring you.
I wouldn't have enough room to do a wheelie on my lawnmower.
You wouldn't need the lawnmower. You could use just a weed whacker.
Yeah,
That would be the ultimate.
Yeah,
For me,
that would be
on
cool.
an acre and a quarter we have here. Most of it, if it was just naturalized, I would be happy.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And there's ways of doing that. So there's a lot of information. People can go to the NC State website. They can get more information on everything. The plant sale will be on there. Go on Facebook. There's a flyer that's been posted to Facebook. I know because I put it there.
Wow.
It's been on the Nextdoor app. It's in my neighborhood app. It's posted all around. So, like I said, this is our big fundraiser, and people ask a lot of times, well, what do you do with the money? Part of it goes back into the garden because we have to renew plants, we have to get mulch. There's always
A lot of
things that
maintenance, yes.
has to be done. We also do community service. We do the bucket brigades, where
Yes, we talked about that yesterday at Capers meeting.
yeah. So we do the bucket brigades where people can learn how to take, plant the plants and take care of them, and how to do them in a container so they don't need a big area. So that's one thing that the money goes towards.
If you if you are an apartment, a house or a condo or whatever, if you got a balcony, for instance, you could have several tomato plants growing up there
Oh,
in
yeah.
buckets, and you will never have to buy a tomato.
Yeah. All you need
You don't
is,
have to give your tomatoes away to
Yeah.
neighbors.
all you need is a 5-gallon bucket,
Mhm.
for a tomato plant. The other thing that we do that when we started this last year is we started giving grants to some of the local schools to their ag
Nice.
departments.
Oh, really?
To help them further their departments, with growing plants and teaching kids about
Mhm.
ag. And we did five schools last year. So, and we gave them each $500. So that's quite a bit. So the fundraiser is important, not only for the Discovery Gardens to keep it maintained and the upkeep, but for the community service that we do also.
Now, there are people every year that, let's just say after this plant sale, there are not going to be a lot of people with current plants. You'll find some of the big box stores with some plants that are kind of like nobody wanted them. They're leftovers. They're
Right,
Yeah.
on their clearance rack.
Yeah. Well, they might as well just chunk them. But you can buy them and do a little CPR on them and get them up and off.
Right.
But you can also get seeds and start your own for a second crop.
Yes.
So we live in an area where you can have at least 2 growing seasons.
Yes.
Depends upon the plant.
Yes.
That's what
You have the warm season and the cool season.
Yeah. And
So-
even during the warm season, you can do early tomatoes, and then you can have some other plants.
Right.
Set
You,
some other
you
plants.
just keep
Put some more seeds out there and
And
replace
peppers.
those when they
Peppers never die.
No, they don't.
right.
Pepper
You
plants,
just
I got
so
them.
you can
I got them in
stagger
December last year.
your plants.
Same.
One other thing that we're going to do too is any plants we have left over, if we have any plants left over, is usually about once a month we'll have a pop-up sale in conjunction with the farmers market where people can come in, and it's all by donation.
Good to know.
We don't have a price on them. It's all by donation. So it's just more ways of us to refill our treasury so that we can help the community.
Okay.
Good to know.
So
Good
folks,
to know.
you don't have to have 40 acres to
No.
have a good garden.
No.
You can have a marvelous garden on just your back porch if you got a decent back porch. And let's talk about bucket gardening for a second. But you do need to have soil, and you need to have that bucket so it's not going to be filling full of water when it does get into the rainy
Right.
season. It's got to be drained.
Right. You
How would you start a bucket? Let's say somebody wants to plant a tomato plant. You get a 5-gallon bucket or a 3-gallon bucket. Some tomato plants are smaller than others. Get a 3-gallon bucket and what do you do? How do you start it?
Well, the first thing you do is you drill holes.
There
in the
you
bottom.
go. You drill.
And
Absolutely.
then if
Get
it's
your D-wall out.
and if it's sitting on a solid surface, make sure it's lifted up a little bit. Bricks, you can get things called frog's feet, which are just little.
Right.
What?
They're called frog's feet. It just goes underneath the
Little
planter
frogs.
or the bucket, and it holds it up.
Uh-huh.
A lot of times you can put mulch down first, or not mulch. You want to do like a fine pine bark,
Oh, yeah.
because that
Okay.
helps
Right.
hold some of the moisture. And then you want a good soil. So, and you can get those from many stores.
Mhm.
Do not just dig it out of your yard.
You could be digging up vines and stuff like that,
Well,
roots that are just not going to be good.
That you're going to dig up parasites. You're going to dig up fungus, bacteria. So you want to start with a good soil.
Well, there you go, Rayford. You can recycle those frogs that you run over with the lawnmower.
I don't do
Use their
lawnmowers, you know
feet.
that. I used to. Now, there's a little bug. And the early evening when I'm watering, I just started noticing them. And in one bed that I got 11 raised beds here, but in one of the beds, when I watered it, I was going to save them for you, but they're out there somewhere. They look like tiny little armadillos. They're tiny little bugs. What are those suckers, and do I need to kill them?
No, those are, we call them pill bugs. We call them roly-polies. They're actually not an insect. They're related to crustaceans, but they are actually good for the soil.
Okay, good.
So,
Well, I'm going to have a really hunking good piece of, one of those beds is loaded.
yeah.
As long as it's not going to eat my plants.
No.
You
I'm going to sell them then. I'll market them.
you keep them. Keep them. Keep
But-
them. I have enough things that develop during the summer season, growing season.
Well, these things, I mean, I saw them and I said, I don't know whether to dig them all out as I
No.
see them or
No.
scrape them up.
Daggone squash bugs.
Those,
The,
that's a different story.
Start eating at the trunk of your plant.
the squash
The
borer
borers.
beetles are active May through June. A couple things you can do is, one is mulch at the base
Mulch
of
at
the
base.
plant.
Okay.
Spray the base of the plant. Now everything is going to be at ground level. That you don't have to worry about higher up the
Yeah.
plant.
Right.
And with zucchini, squash, and stuff like that, they actually like to be trellised. So instead of
Right.
growing on the ground, get a trellis, bring them up,
Trellis.
and that helps keep the
And your trellis, you can go get some, and sometimes you find them at flea markets like I did. You can find some fencing,
yes,
hog
Yes,
wire.
I've
Yeah.
got, yeah,
Great
I've
for
chicken
the- Oh, yeah.
wire, everything.
yeah, hog wire, cattle panels, those are
That's
great.
right.
You don't have to get anything fancy.
Mhm.
Well, what was the spray that you were going to say?
Seven.
Go to NC State,
I gotcha. No problem.
and they will have the information. And another thing that people had talked about is wrap the base of the squash plant with aluminum foil,
I've heard that.
because that
Ah.
way the bugs can't get through it.
Mhm.
After June, you don't have to worry about the squash borer beetles, but these are going to affect your zucchini, your squash, your pumpkins.
Now
Mhm.
that stuff usually goes pretty good. So maybe in July, because we got still a great growing season.
Oh, yeah.
We replant in July.
Yeah, so if you replant in July, you won't have to worry about the squash borer beetle.
I'm going to have an extra
Put
bed. I'm gonna plant that in
Put
July.
that on the Google Calendar.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm going to put it right now.
We were talking about soil,
Mhm.
and NC State right now, it's recommended to get your soil tested, especially
Right.
if you putting things in the ground, right? Even with raised beds, if you want to test your
Yep.
soil. Right now and through November, soil testing is free.
Really?
Yes.
I thought
$4 it was.
I thought it went up to 5, and it's
Well, it had, but now they're saying it's free, and it's listed on the website. It is free.
she just a joy. Full of such great news.
No,
Me too. I told you, get
got
yours ready. I'll get mine ready. I'll take them all.
I got about 8 bags. 8 boxes out there empty,
I,
ready to fill
I've
up.
got to get mine done.
Mine to do because I wanted to get my soil set up into what I'm doing.
Right.
See what I need to add to it now.
Right. Because it will tell you, it'll ask you what you're going to grow in it,
Mhm.
and it will give you the recommendations of what, if anything that you need to do to amend the soil.
Okay. Now, one of the things that we're doing this year, and it's I ended up with some plant seeds, some flower seeds at an event that you were at about a month ago, Pelletier House,
Yes.
zinnias and some other stuff.
Yes.
There are some things out there you can put in your garden that will grow with your tomatoes and whatever else you got. They're not going to hurt what you planted.
Marigolds are
That's the
wonderful.
one.
Marigolds are wonderful. Chives,
That's the other
garlic
one.
are good ones because
Nice.
they help repel a lot of pests.
Anything that grows like that, that's what they call it,
Companion planting.
companion planting, but it's
Marigolds.
also got they don't like the smell.
Right.
Birds don't like the smell.
Right.
I wonder if this would work.
Uh,
Let her smell that.
She could probably smell it from here,
No,
from where she's sitting.
just open that up.
All right, it's on the Google Calendar, 1st of July.
Oh,
That's for horses.
well, yeah. I've used stuff like this before. I've used it on me before.
So have I. That's why it's in here.
Another thing that you can use, add to the garden to help deter squirrels from coming in is pepper. Red
Just-
pepper flakes, cayenne
Really?
pepper granule, sprinkle it in your garden.
Yeah.
It repels the
How about-
squirrels.
How about how to repel a toy fox terrier?
Leash.
A fence.
Or a fence.
Because he loves to get up there and eat my cherry tomatoes,
Oh,
even while they're green. I mean,
Yeah.
they're all over the yard.
Yeah.
He loves tomatoes.
Yeah, I have a 6-foot fence around my
Yes.
garden because otherwise the deer would decimate it.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's another thing that people
Chili.
have used with deer is Irish Spring soap. You shave it, put it in a knee-high stocking, tie it in different areas around your garden. They don't like the smell.
Wow. Well, I don't have any problem with deer coming in the yard because
No.
of my fence. But
I do.
yeah, I know you have. It's Mutual of Omaha at your house.
Yes.
It's like Wild Kingdom where Carol lives. It's crazy.
But
well.
So I have one question real quick.
But these other things, other than the marigolds, of course, if you plant chives and you do it, that's stuff you can eat too.
right.
Right.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
chives.
chives and
It's-
garlic. It's your companion planting. You're helping to repel pests, repel squirrels.
I've got to get
But
some
you can
garlic.
also
It's
use it-
beautiful to plant too. Watching that stuff grow.
Yeah,
It's
and
gorgeous.
if you don't pull it, it'll come back every year.
Mhm.
So
Really?
yeah,
Yes, it grows.
yes.
If you don't pull it, right,
Yep.
right. But once it grows, don't you want to pull it so you can have it?
If that's what you want.
if that's
yeah.
what you want,
But
if you're
some
not
people
using
just
it,
use it for plants.
Okay, I gotcha. I
Yeah.
gotcha.
And they will spread.
Now
Yes.
you were talking about, like Rayford brought up, like replanting veggies in July.
Uh-huh.
Where do you get them? Because
That's what I said. You got to get some
Start
seeds.
the
Start them
seeds.
from seeds.
Start
you can
the
start
seeds
them in
now.
little containers. and
right.
they'll be ready to go. And they get that tall. stick
Start
out
them
there.
how soon? I mean, like
I-
last week in June, or
Oh,
no, I would
the first
start
of
them by,
June.
no later than the end of May for July.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
have to research each plant, see how long it takes, and
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah, but you can start from seed. Some places will sell, and I'm gonna put in a plug for our vendor, if that Old River Farms out on Old River outside of Burgaw.
Uh-huh.
He's the one that we're getting a lot of the vegetable plants from, and some of the flowers. And he is he's got 6 greenhouses, I think.
Oh my.
And it's just a really nice place to go and visit. And I think he does special events out there. And
Old River.
yeah,
go
Old
over
River
there.
Farms.
Old River Farms.
And he sells. I mean, he sells to the public too.
Mm-hmm.
So I would recommend if you're looking for something that we don't have after the sale, if you can't find it with us, go to.
Yeah.
We'll do that. Yeah.
I bet you. Well, I wonder if he keeps planting and like he has it for second crop, like in July.
I think he does.
See that?
think
There's a way to do it.
There you go. Either
Yeah.
that or one of the tomatoes that you just
Yeah.
grew, slice it up and plant it.
Yeah, Yeah. Just slice the tomato and plant the slice.
Mhm.
You don't have to take the seeds
That's
out.
what
and
I
dry
did
them.
with one, and it worked.
Yeah.
And then I took one onion that was starting to sprout.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the way you do
And I
that.
ended up separating it because it was all like bulbs. And now they're growing big onions.
Yeah.
One onion from the store.
You
Yeah.
do that with potatoes too.
Yeah, with
Like
potatoes,
new
too.
potatoes,
Yes, you
can
cut
put those
them and
things
then-
up and
Mm-hmm.
you can have a yard full.
Yeah.
But you can continuously, if you keep up with stuff like that, you can continuously, like all year long, have
Yes, you
veggies,
Right.
vegetables.
And
Yeah.
then- okay.
And you have the vegetables, and a lot of people grow a lot of these things like the elderberries and the mint and the sage.
Elderberry.
They use it a lot for medicinal too.
Yes.
And we're going to have blueberry bushes too.
Oh,
I
really?
need another one.
Those will
Oh.
probably go quickly.
Robbie had planted a couple last year, no, 2 years ago, and she said, you need to go by and look at one of them. It's loaded.
Mine starts
Oh.
sprouting the little blueberries, but I have problems with the birds eating them before they get
Pellet
to where you
rifle.
can pick them.
Yeah, you have to do some kind of cover over 'em.
Yes, I have to do some kind
Just
of
some
netting
netting,
with them. Yeah.
some kind of net,
Yeah.
that mesh net.
Well, I
stuff.
put a plastic owl on a stake out there to try to scare the birds
They
away,
land on it.
but which works pretty good. I mean, it works keeping those daggone catbirds away.
Yeah.
Those blue jays that like to taunt the cat and the dogs, but I just never have been able. And I've had that blueberry bush for 5 or 6 years. I've never been able to pick a blueberry off of
Really?
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, because the birds eat it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get some kind of either something to scare the birds away or some type of netting. And I'm going to, because of who I am,
Who you are, yes.
to use a small square netting. They sell the netting that's got like the 1-inch squares in
Mhm.
it.
Right.
Well, unfortunately, some of the snakes get caught in it, and you do want snakes in your garden to cut down on mice that are coming in, and sometimes even the squirrels that are coming in. So be mindful of how things are going to interact, and what you want to keep out of your garden. But they have the smaller mesh that you can get.
Right. I think I already have some. It's just a matter of getting out there and building something and doing it. I've
Just
just,
drape it over them.
yeah, I can't. They're not tall enough. And I do have like a thing around them, like you would use for a tomato bush to help them a little bit. But I need to actually, like she said, make something that I can just drape a net over.
Okay, you plant some tomatoes. Everybody loves to plant tomatoes because fresh
Yeah.
tomatoes, you can't beat it. Period.
Right.
Bottom line. They're ripened on the vine, and they're not green when they're shipped, and they ripen on the outside when you buy them at the store. The inside is still.
Yeah.
That was the description.
Fried green tomatoes.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, that's a waste of a good tomato to me.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Oh, it is.
Thank you, Carol. Carol, let's go to lunch.
Yes,
Dale and I go get a steak.
they have a
It's all right.
restaurant down in Wilmington on Front Street that's got the best fried green tomato BLT.
It's not the Copper Penny, is it?
No.
I'll go there in a heartbeat.
Anyway, if you got these tomatoes, that you're going to need cages for them of some sort. You can buy them, you can make them, or whatever,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
For most of the tomato plants that you get. But when do you put those cages out? Now, a lot of folks will wait till those plants get kind of big.
Well, no, you want to start with them smaller so that as
Yes.
it grows up, you're not breaking off the branches.
And well, not only that, but when you start putting those things down in the ground after they've started making roots,
Spreading.
then you're killing roots.
Yeah.
And
So, you want to put the cages around them soon.
Right away.
About the time you get them planted,
Yeah.
4 or 5
Yep.
inches tall,
Yeah.
get her done. Okay.
And if you're worried about animals coming through and eating, you can put mesh over the cages
Right.
and protect the tomatoes.
I've had pretty good luck without having, there are birds and things like that will come doing. But as far as when I had gardens at ground level, I had everything from rabbits to whatever.
Yes.
They will clean off a row of garden piece. I will tell you that right now.
Yes.
They'll flatten it right down to the bottom. But when I get them up there, these raised beds are about 3 feet tall. That's for my back.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't have that problems with a bunch of big animals coming in or little animals coming in doing
Right.
their thing.
Yeah.
Even
I
though squirrels
wish I
don't
had
like to jump
gotten
in there
raised
because
ones.
I don't think they know exactly what the possibilities are. They get in there and, oh, okay, what have I got into?
Yeah.
So I just have not had that kind of a problem. Insects, always.
I know this has got to be Steve calling. Yes, Steve. How did I know it's going to be him?
Steve is going to have a question and a suggestion,
Yeah.
not a doubt about it. Hey, Steve.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
We're talking your thing, right?
Oh, I didn't even see.
You are. What a wonderful time to be a gardener.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Favorite time of year.
Steve loves to garden. And he's always doing a lot of stuff, Carol. Carol is one of those master gardeners too, Steve. So
Look at this one.
Oh, I love hearing people, anybody who's got experience
So
and
do I.
tried this or tried that. Even failures.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's how you learn.
I was gonna say I learned more from failures
Right.
than success. Success is easy.
Steve's.
When everything goes right, you don't really pay no attention to why it went right sometimes.
Yes. Yes.
maybe we ought
But I
to
guess where I am right at this moment, where I'm calling you from.
Your garden.
The pier.
Right out in the garden. I'm staking up tomatoes this morning.
staking them up. Boy, I tell you what, you planted early. I know that.
I didn't plant so early, but I did buy plants, little seedlings, kind of early. I had to keep them inside and bring them in and out every day for about a month. And I got a big head start. And so I'll definitely get 2 seasons this year, I believe. 2 growing seasons out.
I didn't. I did it one year. Everything I did was from seeds. Everything, whatever it was, it didn't matter. And I planted early, and I had a grow station going in there when the local law guys would come in here and open the door, and it was like, uh-oh, what is this going on here? But I had a really good grow room, basically, with lights. There's one of them over there standing up right now. But I mean, those things grew like wildfire. I had beautiful plants, best I've ever seen. But so you guys can do that. And I didn't have to worry about it. And when I was able to take them in and out, I just pick up a big tray and take it out, put it on a table outside when it got warm, and bring them in at night.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's called hardening them off
Uh-huh.
and getting them ready to be outside full time.
Okay.
So you want to acclimate them.
So
Here's my list, Ray, for look.
Yeah, I had transplanted my tomatoes into like a 1 quart container. And so they started getting a little big to be carrying in and out every day.
Yeah. If you had some way of covering them up, that would be all it would take too.
and if you go to the stores later on, you say, well, I'm going to go ahead and get a good start here. Oh, you got these little tiny 4-inch seedlings over here, or I can buy a plant that has already got small green tomatoes on it. $18, $15, $16 or whatever for one plant, and you get it home and it dies.
Yeah. Our plants, the 4-inch pots, all the vegetables and herbs that are on this list are going to be $5
Wow. Per plant.
per plant.
Okay.
And then we're going to have some bigger pots. They're going to go 6, 8, 10, and then some will be just priced as marked. But you can't with the quality of the plants. If you would see those, you're not going to buy those at the local big box stores for that price.
There's a big difference there. A lot of places you buy these 4-packs, and out of 4, and more often than not, when I see those, I'll see it where they planted 2 or 3 seeds in one, and they didn't take them out.
Right, they didn't separate them and thin them out.
Then you got 3 plants growing out of one, and then you got some crappy plants out of another one. Some are broken off because people have been picking them up and doing. So out of a 4-pack, you may get 2 plants.
Right.
That live.
So, Steve, what kind of melons did you plant?
I've got Charleston Grays watermelons. I've got the Sugar Baby watermelons, and then I've got 2 of the Jim's giant cantaloupe.
Oh,
And Carol, are we going to have any melons?
I have
plants?
tried melon 2 years in a row, watermelons, and I have not had any luck.
Are we going to have any type of cantaloupe plants or anything at this event?
No, we will not have any melons.
Steve, I'm coming for yours.
Well, my granddaddy used to plant a couple of acres of watermelons, and people would come in to steal them. So that used to be a big old thing there, way back. Stealing watermelons.
Yeah.
I tell you, it's funny. Watermelons have been challenging for me to grow. I've tried to grow them for several years, and I've had some success. But years ago, we lived in a house that right behind us was a big field. They just plowed it and put watermelon seed out, and man, those watermelon grew everywhere.
Yeah.
Watermelons.
Yeah, I know.
Was it kind of
they didn't fertilize them. They didn't do anything.
I know. I came from Southwest Oklahoma, and there was big watermelon fields, and they would do the same thing. And it's dry in Southwest Oklahoma, but they had some of the best sugar baby watermelons.
Well, the soil that they were planting them in, Steve, was it kind of sandy?
It was over there on Parkertown Road. It was in Oswego County.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, hundreds of them. Big field, no irrigation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Locally.
Nothing's better.
The people down there at the Windberries, they go to both down watermelons and all that too.
I was going to say, nothing's better
It
than
don't really take much effort. They just kind of grow. But here at the Poole family farm, it takes quite a bit of effort and, maybe to keep them going. But,
Well, it takes some space to have some decent watermelons.
It takes space, and I think it takes more sun than what I had I had them planted. Yeah. So those were some of the challenges I had.
I've had some success with the sugar babies. Last year was the first time I got a Charleston Gray to grow to a significant size. The size you get at the store or whatever. I did have one cantaloupe that was 11 pounds.
Wow.
One of those Jim's big cantaloupes or whatever, but it was huge. It was as big as a basketball.
Yeah.
I don't even like cantaloupe. My wife does it.
I love
She
it.
said it was absolutely amazing. She got me to try some, and it was really sweet.
Wow.
But Hal's Best Jumbo. That's the name I call it, Jim.
Now one of the things that I love a good sweet cantaloupe when it's ripe and you can smell it when you pick it up and it's still firm, but you can smell it. And then you cut it. Then you get the seeds out, and then you chill it. I just cut it in half. Then you chill it. And then I like to take French vanilla ice cream and stick it in the center of that thing and eat that, half of a cantaloupe with French vanilla ice cream in it. Steve, you'll learn to love it.
Not bad. I was just saying that don't sound bad.
That's pretty dang good. That's way beyond not bad.
Now, have you ever trellised your melons?
I do. Last year I didn't, and they did better than they did when I did them on the trellis. This year I've got the woven landscape fabric everywhere, and I'm gonna let them run out and kind of run across that landscape fabric. Yeah. But when I did them on the trellis, I had to tile the melons up. Support them, and they didn't seem to do quite as well. But I've always heard that was a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the big melons would be tough. My granddaddy grew some one time. He had some special seeds that were brought in and given to him. So he had a small area because he had a bunch of acres of land, and he planted some there and had some 90-pound watermelons.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Wow. I've seen pictures with cantaloupe where they're trellising them, and then to support them to hang up an old bra on the trellis.
Well, that's a thought.
Dear Dolly, you got anything used that you're not using anymore?
Mine would definitely not hold cantaloupe.
That 11-pound cantaloupe that I grew out here.
Yeah.
I did grow that one. I grew that one was on a trellis, and I went and got some cheap pantyhose from the dollar store.
Yeah.
And used that to tie them up with.
Yeah.
And that seemed to work pretty good.
Yeah, I've done that before too.
Is there an ordinance in Northwoods about lingerie in your yard? Mr. Mayor, are you listening?
So I'm going over to Victoria's Secret and see what we can find here, right?
I'm going to go to the thrift stores.
I swear I'm buying this from the garden, y'all.
Trust me.
Somebody calling his wife. We saw Steve at Victoria's Secret.
Well, most people buy coveralls and stuff like that for the garden. So, you do you.
I'm not buying lingerie.
I would know why they're called melons, right?
All right, guys. Well, I just want to call in and say hey, and
Thank you.
The more you grow, the more you know.
There you go.
Y'all have a blessed day.
You too.
Be safe. Bye.
Oh, wow. Okay. I never
maybe I tried to grow some cantaloupes last year, and I had two They made it, but there was only half of a bed.
Mine would never hold them up.
And
No.
I didn't do the trellis, but what?
What? Go on.
Yeah, go on.
Anyway,
Keep going.
and I waited for the cantaloupe to grow, and then I got carried away doing other stuff,
Right.
and the stupid thing got too ripe,
Oh yeah.
and it was. I mean, I had babied it from the beginning, and I was looking so forward to eating that one cantaloupe, and that I had that actually made it to maturity, and then it got overripe, and then it just.
I'm going to try cantaloupe
Yeah.
again.
Now-
I did watermelon one year, and I actually grew a beautiful watermelon,
But
but I was expecting it to get bigger before I picked it,
yeah, you kept waiting.
and it started rotting on the
Yep.
bottom. I'm like, "Doggone."
Yeah.
It takes a lot of experimentation. I would
It does.
imagine.
Like it, and like he said, you learn a lot from your failures.
They'll go up to Bogue Field and get some of that sand up there. You think I can just like use that as part of my soil for my
It
watermelons?
takes a little bit more than that.
Because I'll tell you what, there's nothing like a Bogue sound melon.
Yeah. Yep.
They
Well,
got
those are what we call in Oklahoma, we call the sugar babies.
yes.
Oh, the sugar baby.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All
They're
right.
they call them Bogue Sound out here, but they're also the sugar
You're
babies.
talking about big round ones.
The round, dark
Yeah.
green, they're
Yeah.
sweet.
They did, and the other ones that my granddaddy would grow were called icebox watermelons. They're the small ones, about that big.
Yeah.
They just fit in your ice box, no problem. And you could eat half of one for each person. Was for each kid.
I saw in Japan that they were growing watermelons when they got to a certain size. They put them in a cube and let them finish growing, and they would grow into a cube size.
Cube size. Oh,
And that way
my.
they wouldn't roll out of the refrigerator.
That's sick.
That's a little much for
That's
me.
kind of like a square
Mm.
pizza. You know, I don't even want a square pizza. If I'm going to have a pizza, I want it to be a round pie. I don't want a square one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's just a thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Square or cube watermelon? No,
Yeah.
I don't think so. Yeah. I wouldn't know how to cut
I
it.
agree.
I got one knife that I used to cut watermelons up there.
Yeah.
It's big enough to cut it.
But one advice too, when you are planting your garden, make sure you got good airflow.
Mhm.
Because if you don't have good airflow, you're going to get diseases. You're going to get more pests.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure it's not crowded.
Yeah.
You know that's one reason why trellises work so well is because you
Yeah,
get a little more airflow
Right,
going through,
right.
and then you don't get the bugs and the rotting on the soil and stuff like that. So
If anybody's got a question right now, you can ask real quick. Like we've got a few minutes left, but I want to go over again this plant sale because that's the biggie here. The plant sale is coming up.
April 25th.
My wife is already, she's got parking space
Yeah.
reserved.
My list.
She's got that in a trailer she's going to take out there. So I have no doubt about it.
County may show up.
There you go.
Yeah.
One of my garden girls.
Hold
just
on,
sent
get
me
to a microphone if you're going to
thing out
talk.
of- from some-
Robola?
This looks great.
Robbie, sit over there, please.
Sit.
Sit, Robbie,
There's
sit.
nothing to sit on.
What?
I'll just, my garden girls in Carteret County, some of them are planning to come. One of them, because I put it in our newsletter.
Oh, good.
Our newsletter.
Thank you.
And
Dang it.
yesterday, I think one of them sent me the blurb with the picture, probably that Emily sent out. It's something about it.
Yes.
And went, this looks fabulous. We all need to go.
Uh-oh.
Did
So
you tell
may
them?
have people from way out of town?
Oh, hey.
You did tell them 9:00, right?
Locals first.
When we do plant sales, I tell people, I said, you better get there when the doors open.
Robbie.
Yeah.
If you really, really want something
Yeah.
specific.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the
It
like
gets
like
picked
the
over so
blueberry
fast.
bushes are
Mhm.
limited.
Yeah.
We have a limited. We found somebody that we could get some from, some good ones at a reasonable price. So those go really quick. Some of the bee balm, the herbs, especially the basil, because people who are doing make their own spaghetti sauce.
Yes, I have it.
That goes really quick.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to have the Roma tomatoes this year. No, we are the San Marzano. Those are
Those are
good,
great.
good tomatoes for making
Mhm.
sauce.
Those are good for sauce, but they're also very good for people like me who like to do sliders. I don't know whether you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
have seen the little hamburger. But
Yeah,
that slice,
Oh,
that
yeah.
one of those fits perfectly on a slider.
yeah. So
The slices.
a lot of these, a lot of these will go quick.
Mhm.
Do you happen to have any artichokes?
No. We don't know. I don't think we know of any vendors in this area that sell artichokes.
Yeah, I was at Tryon when they had their plant
Yeah.
sale, because sometimes they have them. And I talked to the guy who actually propagates them.
Yeah.
And he said, I don't do it because there's not much,
Call for 'em.
of people that want them.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, well, I bought a couple a few years ago. And
They
he said, are
died.
they still alive? And I said, no, I went out one day and something had dug them up and eaten them all or taken them away. There was
Oh.
nothing left but the pop.
Oh, I wonder if- did you have them out
It
front?
wasn't me.
Had them right out there.
Yeah, I
That
wonder
kind of
if somebody-
scares me. What do
Yeah.
you have in that backyard? How about avocados?
No,
I need more.
no. But you can grow your own avocado. I mean, it's
Right.
easy. You take the avocado seed, stick toothpicks in it, set the.
I tried.
Oh no,
I never made it.
just
She's good at it.
Yeah, just leave it for a little while.
Yes.
Who we got?
We have got Mike.
Mike, good morning. How are you?
Good. How y'all doing?
Hanging in
Hey,
here.
how are you?
What's cooking? Literally.
I want to give y'all some advice on your watermelon growing.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. We'll take it.
If you don't have an open area with full sun and well-drained soil, you're wasting your time.
Yep.
Yep.
That's hence
Yep.
hence the sandy soil that my granddaddy had.
Yes.
Yes, and you have to have an open area with full sun.
Well, he had one tree in the middle of 6 acres, and that was it. That was that was called his shade tree. When he was out working, he would park the tractor underneath there to have his lunch.
Yep.
Did he have cows out there at some
Nope.
point?
Nope.
Usually that's why they leave a tree out there, is for the cows.
No, and he did it for himself, and that was it.
Hey, that's smart. But yeah, I was just wanting to drop that out there. A lot
Thank
of
you.
people try to grow melon. I wasted a lot of time trying to grow melon.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't have an open area for them. They've got to. They need the water, but they need to dry out too. It's got to be well drained. If you don't have a
Yeah.
open area like that, then
Yep. It does. Well, appreciate that.
They're gonna rot.
Yes.
All right.
And
Mike?
if you want some plants cheap, the Richlands and Piggly Wiggly has those 4-packs you're talking about for $1.99.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Well,
they get in, they've always
go there
got it.
after the sale.
Yeah, go after the 25th.
Pig.
Well, they get picked through pretty quick, and they grow all the varieties that are good for the area too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very
They
good.
don't
Very
do
good.
like Lowe's where they got a bunch of hybrids that can't handle the humidity and all that here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why we get ours from
Locally.
a local vendor. So we know
That's
that
probably where the pig gets theirs, is from probably that same vendor you guys were talking about.
it could be. He's
Yeah.
he's really doing well. And I think he's second or third generation out there growing.
Okay.
So
Where's he at on 53
no, he's on Old River Farm.
So cute.
Old River Farm?
Man,
Right.
Bergall.
Berghoff.
Just outside of Burgaw. You go in and the light just past the McDonald's, or by the McDonald's, you make a left there and go out.
Yeah, I'm gonna check him out next year. I didn't know anything about him,
Yep.
so
Yeah,
I
and
appreciate that one.
he starts early. He's got a Facebook page too.
I like that early start, and
I've
I like it
shared
if he's got it for second season. That just saved me the aggravation.
Yes.
So I'm gonna have to.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have do it. Yeah, I'll get a contact name from you too. So
I
can
have all
just
the
call him.
information too. So.
Richard, did you ever check out Kites out there in Vanceboro for your beef?
No, I have not.
Y'all need to get out there.
I know it. One of these days.
Y'all have a good one.
Thank
You
you,
too,
Mike.
be blessed.
Thanks. Well, okay.
There are people that are interested. People they like to grow stuff.
Yes.
And even if they just, you can go to the grocery store and you're not going to spend as much money
It's
on the
not the
stuff that you're going to,
same.
but it ain't the same.
It's not the
product.
same. Plus, you're spending time outside.
That's right.
There's nothing like getting your hands in the dirt,
That's
being
right.
in the sunshine,
Yeah.
out there, outside, breathing the fresh air. You get an exercise. So it's
I
just the
like-
best thing.
I like the thrill of the chase. You know,
You're trying to grow something. You're going,
you're
I
trying
grew
to
this.
grow,
Yeah, I grew
you know,
this.
you're out there just, oh,
You know, we've got several pineapple plants,
yes.
and we have grown. We don't get a lot of pineapples.
Yeah.
The cost of waiting for one of these pineapples, because it goes 3 years from the time until you get one.
Yeah.
But the watching when it first pops
Yes.
out in a little tiny thing, and it's there, and 6 months goes by, and it's a little bit bigger, and it's a little bit bigger, and then when it gets time to cut that sucker, you can smell it. And when you open it up, and you do your thing, you will never ever want a store-bought pineapple again. You will compare every one of them to that one.
And then every pineapple you grow, you can grow another one from
That's
there.
right.
Mine is doing good, Robbie.
The little
It's-
pups make them right there.
I still have it.
Mine are all looking really sad.
But
Well,
we get
you-
still some stuff around. That over the wintertime, they usually get looking a little hazardy.
Yeah.
So we
You
have to trim them up.
need to have a class with the extension and have the millennial gardener from Wilmington come in.
Oh,
He's got a huge following now.
Right, it is.
oh,
I'd
actually,
pay to go see that.
we don't have a date yet, but in August, we are going to have a guest speaker to talk about pollinators and pollinator gardens and how to start them.
Oh, really?
Because we're going to have her out there before our Great Southeast Pollinator Census,
Oh,
which we
that's
have
right.
every year. And it's going to be,
Robbie needs to attend
yeah,
that.
I think, I don't know. I'm not going to say if there's going to be a cost or what the cost is going to be, but we're talking about the first 50 people that register will get a free native plant.
Oh, Robbie's registered now, right?
But no,
Wait a minute.
we don't have the registration. We don't have
Yeah.
everything finalized,
Not in there
but
yet.
it will be in the new building.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
We
Can't wait.
saw
All right.
them putting furniture in. so I
Plant
know it's
sale,
close.
plant sale. 25 is not this weekend. 25 April, 25th
25
of April, a week from Saturday. It's the 25th of April. The 25th of April, y'all.
Yes.
Number 25. I got it. Now that's the same like Christmas Day is on the 25th. This is going to be like Christmas in April.
Yes.
How's that sound?
Yes.
I just made that
we all went last year. I went last year, and I had some beautiful plants.
Now,
Beautiful
and they're going to
plants.
have a variety of plants there, flowers,
They're going to have some flowers, yes.
and
And,
then some edible stuff.
yes.
Stuff that
And the flowers
You
are all
want.
native.
Very
yes,
good.
cool. The only flowers I care about are those marigolds you're talking about.
Yes.
And there's a reason for that because they take care of the tomatoes. And you can also, Robbie's over there talking. Yes, the Discovery Garden. Just walk through that
It's
thing.
beautiful.
Take your time. It's
Yeah.
cool.
It
Check
is
out the
Onslow
bricks.
County's hidden gem. People
Yes.
don't.
You can just
realize
it doesn't cost you anything. You just walk through this thing, and it's really nice to watch what
Yes.
they've done. Naturalized, but with care.
Yes.
I definitely want to check out the bricks when I'm there too. I want to.
Yeah. And like I said, we'll have information on how
I
you
bought
can
my
get it.
dad bricks, and that was at the Museum of the Marine. But it'd be nice to buy my mama some bricks over there at the Discovery
Yeah.
Garden. So she
Yeah.
needs a brick too.
Carol, thank you.
Thank you.
You're
We
welcome.
do
Well, thank you
appreciate
very
this.
much for having me. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you coming in, and people enjoy this.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right.
All right.
We will see you guys again tomorrow. It's Friday, right? It is the real beginning of the weekend.
It's Friday. Yay day.
So Friday Eve is now ending. It will be now Friday tomorrow.
Yes,
So
right.
be sure to join us tomorrow. We don't have anyone scheduled yet, but
I have somebody that may be coming in. I will let you know later.
right now we challenge the
confirm
county
it.
commissioners and the city council to get
Yeah.
off the pot. Because come in here, I dare thee.
Hey, I think you need to take a look at what Pender County's doing.
Absolutely.
I'll be getting phone calls today. Stop.
Yeah. Too bad. We're not going to
It's
stop.
okay. I'm not
All right.
calling you out, but
We will see you guys bright and early tomorrow
Right.
morning. And both of these fine folks that are in here right now are, this room is full of ham.
I'm
Think about it.
hungry.
We got 4 of us in here.
Yeah.
4 of us. Dale and Carol and Lee.
Yeah, we're going to go to breakfast.
Oh,
You're going to
good.
go get a ham
We're going to
biscuit.
go to IHOP.
Oh, yeah. There you go. IHOP.
That's usually reserved for Easter. I hop right in. Oh, God.
We'll see everyone tomorrow.
We'll see you in the morning.
Have a
Be
great day.
safe out there. You're live and local, real talk where we're awake, not woke. Bye.